2005.
So he started working with you 2005?
He started working with
I was working at IHOP, and then I was like working at another job as a administrative assistant in the Bronx. So I had all these different jobs, and he was like, what if I try to meet you halfway to get you so you only can just have one job, and I just, you know, do it that way. And I was like, shit, if you can do that, then I'm telling you right now, I make some money at IHOP though.
Yeah.
So I was like,
so you was a server at IHOP?
yeah, I was making nothing.
You got them tips. So what was your trick to get tips? Like if you wanted your table to give you more tips, would you smile more? Or?
Smile more, be nice, get their food fast, fix any mistakes that they could have made or I made, you know, fast. You know, be courteous, have a humble spirit. Always tell them thank you. You know, offer them the, you know, what would be, try to save them as much money as I can possible. Stuff like that.
So tell them about the sales, the specials.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, you want to get 2 orange juices? I think if you want to get 2 large orange juices, I think it's smarter to get a carafe, because really, basically, what it is it's 2 large orange juices, but it's cheaper to get a carafe, and then you can, like, you know, get 2 little cups, and you know, you can
split it up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it really started developing. Like the whole personality came about after like working with me. Cause this kid was very quiet, he would just watch, and I would be like, so he studied, like he really started to develop the whole personality once he started working at the gym. He was very quiet, very reserved.
This was different kind of people working around. This went from straight working around. What's up, Aaron?
We're interviewing.
We doing the interview.
I can't see without my glasses.
Give him a pound. Give him a pound, man. Give him a pound.
I'll break my ring on these rings. I want to give this guy a hug.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm proud of you.
Yes, sir.
This is real Peter Quillin uncut.
The best thing, the kids are beautiful.
All right, thank you,
and they're
man.
doing well?
Yes, sir.
All right, go back to the interview. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
All right,
this is
good.
real uncut, man. I like it.
And you, I just want to know your holiday hours for Rosh Hashanah.
Russia Homer. They call it Russia Homer.
Yeah, it's a Jewish holiday tomorrow.
Yeah. So you were saying the real personality came here?
Yeah, I'm just saying though, it's like being separated. You've been, you know, I was like from the hood, you know what I mean? Like I had my hood personality. Then when you come over here to work with like corporate people and stuff, it became a different way. And I actually was like, it fit right in because, you know, I'm just good with people, and just, it made me more comfortable being with people that's not from where I'm from.
I just like taking credit for shit that I really didn't have anything to do with, but for me, I like to take credit. The one thing that I will say that he did add to this kid's repertoire was the sense of humor. But see, this is when he first started. He was like this boy wonder, eyes full of wonder. He's like a kid in a candy store. And he, like...
Is that how you got the name Kid Chocolate? Kid in the candy store?
No, this Kid Chocolate I was in Michigan, and some Cuban dude gave me that name, and I actually was in his gym. I never looked at the original fighter. But when I was in Martin's gym, you know what I mean? Like open up this boxing encyclopedia that he had he used to have this boxing encyclopedia that's sitting on his little table that he had. And one day I opened it. And right when I opened it, it opened right to the name Kid Chocolate. I was like, man, yes. I was like, man, that's crazy. And I read up on the story, and from there I was like, I didn't never do that. This was like the first time I ever did that was in his gym. You know what I'm saying? Like I never knew who the original Kid Chocolate. I just know he was Cuban. They told me. I just went off of what else somebody was telling me about him. But then when I learned about him, I seen how much kind of similarities I had to him. Like he came to New York and made a big name for himself, and it's sort of like what I did. You know, I came here, made a big name for myself in New York. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like the second coming of the original Kid Chocolate. You know what I mean? Being that he was Cuban as well, he was full Cuban, and my dad is from Cuba, which I represent myself to be like a Cuban.
Remember that shirt I made up?
Yeah.
I came up with a shirt. It was brilliant. It was I took an old Kid Chocolate fight poster. I took the original Kid Chocolates. I did this on my iPad, iPhone, whatever. You know, I took his picture. I put his picture in there, and I made a T-shirt up. And so here's the story. his cell phone number was in that, and if you could figure out this little mystery, these are collector's items. If you can figure out
in a shirt,
yeah, on a shirt. So what I did was it was a fight poster that said 10 rounds on August 2nd. So I configured it in such a way that if you followed the numbers around in the letter C, it was his phone. It was his cell number, and you could call him up and talk to him on a cell. And no one guessed it. Nobody cracked the code.
Nobody called you and was like,
no,
yo,
nobody cracked the code. But they were cool shirts though. Yeah, they're like collector's items now. But I had his
Do you have
917.
I got one later out with my storage.
Okay.
You got my. Let me tell you something. Well, you got my Lucky Gramercy shirt. You better have it too, because it was from the Gramercy gym as a collector's item. I gave them when you fought for the title. I gave you my Gramercy.
I got all that collector item from all my old outfits. I still have them. I still have all that memorabilia, all the magazines I was in, all in.
I got your stuff here too.
Yeah.
Do you still have the t-shirts with the smiley face?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't come up with that. But let me ask you a question, Pete. Who came up with this? Because I know that after fights, you throw the chocolate into the crowd. Like, where did you get that idea from?
I mean, Martin, you gave me that idea. People,
there you go.
Wait, hold on, I gotta hear this. You used to throw the chocolate in the crowd?
I still do that. I threw it in my last fight.
What kind of chocolate?
Just regular chocolate. I did chocolates on my own, or like mad different kind of.
Hershey Kisses?
Yeah, I was doing Hershey Kisses in the beginning, and then I went on to do my own chocolate, and I did all kind of different things.
You like walk into the ring or from the ring?
No,
or
after the fight, I would throw chocolate out to the crowd.
Oh man.
Yeah, great idea, right?
Wonderful idea.
Nah, that's what I'm talking about. I said, Pete, you know what would be cool? If after the fight, you took like chocolate and threw it out to the crowd. And they would, and he came up with the idea of Hershey's Kisses. But for me, I just said, take chocolate and throw the chocolate out to the crowd.
Do you know anyone in the confection business? You should make your own chocolate.
Yeah, I was doing that at first, but then I was almost had to throw Pepto-Bismol out after.
Oh really?
Yeah. We had the runs after that.
Yeah. But see, this kid, that was the first gym I opened on my own. And he was, so we kind of came up at the same time. That's why I felt, this kid, I felt
I met my wife at his gym.
Your wife at the gym? Which one?
That's why I met my wife at the gym.
Yeah, he met his wife at the gym.
Is that the Trinity Boxing Gym?
Is that the one near, it used to be near where the World Trade Center was,
yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
So I met my wife at.
And they used to do fights there, like the workouts.
Yeah.
The press up. Yeah.
Yeah, but this kid, like the first time I met him, he was this like wide-eyed kid of wonder. And he was just soaking up the world. And there was another fighter.
Was that when you first came to New York?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I said he won a job. Yeah.
I was living in the Bronx. First time when I moved here, I moved on 88th in Amsterdam, in the city.
In the city, yeah.
And then I moved from there to the Lower East Side and to the Baruch Projects. Then we moved up to the Bronx. Then I moved out and stayed on Kingsbridge Road in the Bronx, and then ended up moving back down to the Lower East Side. And then I got my first apartment on Wall Street above the gym.
But this is what I will say.
And this was 2005?
Yeah.
This kid.
Now this one, yeah, because I was like, and around that, when I started working with him in 2005, I had got my own apartment, and we started working towards like processes into a place.
But see,
I became a man. He seen me develop from a teenager, a young man, to like a man with children. I got like a wife and kids. So he seen that way before.
Yeah.
He's seen a whole progression.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying. Never lose that kid. Never, ever, ever lose.